guys, welcome to the adventure. So today I'm going to talk about making the best with it, persevering, and keep going. But first, I just want to touch base on what's happening and why we're having to push through and persevere. Well, if you caught the last couple of videos and our YouTube live, then you guys know that our 2024 International, which is a company truck, broke down. We were just driving along and it just completely died on us, dead in the tracks. When it came back on, it threw in EGR valve code, and we thought we were just gonna have to be out of the truck for like 2 days. It was gonna get fixed and get that part replaced and back in the truck. Well, that's not what happened, and it ended up having to have an entire in-frame rebuild, which is quite crazy. The truck is not even a full year old. It has 220,000 miles on it. And so what they're saying happened is the oil got really hot. The temperature gauges for the oil pressure, the temperature gauges, none of those went off saying that anything was necessarily wrong. It just died. But they're saying the oil got too hot. It started breaking down, which when oil breaks down, it gets really thick, and it got so thick that it was like mud, and it was not allowing the pistons to move up and down. So yeah, it got rebuilt. Kind of crazy. It was under warranty, and we are getting it back hopefully tonight. But we've had to really push through and persevere. You know, it's just simple things like this truck has been nice. It's a Kenworth, but y'all, I'm not a big person, and so just to drive the first week I wasn't able to get anything, but then we went home and I had to get a pillow and then this cushion, and here's my secret weapon, a plastic Tupperware bowl. Literally like this ensemble just so that I can comfortably drive the truck, because the first week I had to sit on the edge of the seat and it really caused me to have a lot of back pain and just muscle soreness to the point where I wanted to cry because it was hurting so bad, which then made it hard for me to sleep. It really goes beyond just having this pillow and just a bigger inconvenience than that. You guys know our truck is really organized, and it allows us to have a really smooth routine and rhythm when it comes to cooking in the cab, doing dishes, my exercise, showering, how our clothes are set up, just everything. You don't realize how much time you save and how much better quality life you have by that organization and all of those things until you don't have it. And so after, you know, a couple weeks, it just gets tiresome, and it just equals longer days and less, I don't know, our meals weren't the same, and we had to eat off our skillet lid because, again, we didn't think that we were going to be out of the truck this long, so most of our stuff was left behind. Our sleep system we don't have. We're on a different mattress. We're not used to sleeping flat anymore, so our backs are very sore. We're just not sleeping well. And week after week, it just begins to compound on top of each other. And so that's when you really have to dig deep. And many of you might say that you would just get out of the truck, but I'm going to encourage you guys, scale back what you're doing. Like I said, we didn't eat meals that we typically would have. We just cut some routines. Sometimes I didn't even exercise. Just really scaled back on some things so that way we could push back. And we really kept in mind what our goal was, what our focus is. And for us, that's a couple of things. We had planned out in January what our projects were going to be at home and how we were going to do it. So on Monday, I went and spoke with a company to buy windows for our house. So we're looking at probably about $15,000. So taking time off means that we wouldn't be able to cash flow those projects, or it would just push them back further, and it would mess up our entire plan on remodeling the house and getting it paid off by spring of 2026. And so know your why, and don't be afraid to scale back. Even if you can only operate at like 50% of what you normally would, that's okay. Know when you have to do that, when you have to dig deep. And so really these last 10 days have really been digging deep, and we'll be excited to get back in our truck, but I'm expecting it to be a absolute mess. They had absolutely tore apart, the passenger seat removed, the floor tore up, the dash torn out, the seat sitting back. They left the curtains open while it was been in the shop this entire time, which just allowed dirt and dust to get into the frame and right into the cab. So I'm expecting it to be a mess, but I will take care of that and gladly handle that. But you guys, dig deep, keep pushing, know your why, get organized, cooking in the cab, do whatever you gotta do. But y'all, most importantly, stay safe. Oh, hold on, someone wants to say goodbye. Say stay safe and enjoy the adventures. All right, guys, bye.